So recently, Edochie said God had instructed him. I don't know which God is referring to. And, a lot of people refer to God, God, God. We don't know which God is speaking to them. According to Edochie, God instructed him to go to his village to meet with his people in Edochie, to learn or relearn their ways, and that he, God, has approved their mode of worship and everything that has to do with what they do. All right, fair enough. We are not dictators and we are not extremists. We care less about what whoever it is wants to believe in or do. But there is one thing about humanity, something that religion has nothing to do with. I'm talking of the behavior that Edochie demonstrated recently. This is what prompted a renowned, well-known, this is an elderly native doctor. Since Edochie has decided to align with what the native doctor believes in, then I believe the native doctor has the right to tell Edochie the rules of engagement, what and what is applicable. And of course, as human beings, this and this and this and that, these are things that you as a person should be aware of. You have to understand how the universe operates. You have to understand how things work. If you don't, you'll be running around circles. And wickedness, evil, wickedness. If you think that being wicked, evil is the way to go, if you think that not realigning yourself, not looking inwards, not just apologizing just to please the public. I'm talking about that kind of contrite heart where you have come to realize what you did. It's not a social media thing. We are not asking Edochie, that is, if he wants to. But for me, it's just that I just need to tell you guys this. Normally, I care less if Edochie is the one suffering, if he's the one going through hardship, and if he thinks he's not going through hardship, if he thinks all is well, so be it. Who are we to tell Edochie you are suffering, you are going through hardship, your life is not in order? Edochie might even tell us, how dare you guys tell me this? I am far better than you guys. I am more comfortable than you guys. My life is a blessing to me. After all, he said 2023 is the best year of his life. He said 2023, he became called, and God called him. So for me, if Edochie say my life is sweet, my life is okay, Edochie might even end up telling us that we are hungry and we are beggars, and that he is in a better place than us. So if he says that, no problem. What I'm trying to say in essence is this. When you look at people and you think they are going through hardship or they are not in the place that they are supposed to be, it will be too much stress to repeat or make them realize. It will be too much of a stress to make them realize that they are suffering. Why do you want to tell people that they are suffering? I guess that every human being has the ability in it to know whatever situation they are going through. Not like this kind of visible one. Yes, there are people going through situation and they think it's normal. Like, no, this is the normal way life is supposed to be. They lack sense of judgment. But in the case of Edochie, I don't think he does not know that life is not life for him anymore. This is what prompted this senior native doctor to advise Edochie on the way forward. The native doctor advised him and said, for you to live, and I'm not saying for him to be alive, to sleep and wake up. You might be dead living. Living Dead, that is what it's called. I'm sure you remember that movie, Living Dead. Anyway, Edochie has been told by this native doctor, if you want to live, if you want to survive, if you want your life, if you want to thrive, if you want to be fine, you have to do the needful. You have to do the needful. You have to go back. We are not saying by force, Mary has to marry you or remarry you. No, you have to go back and deal with what you messed up. You messed up a lot. You said certain things against your children because you felt they should have supported you, or maybe even help you beg their mom to agree to polygamy. Who does that? If you have children that will beg their father or beg their mom, agree to polygamy. What's wrong with you? And let daddy be happy. Unless mommy is a thorn on the flesh of daddy and the children are like, yeah, daddy has the right because mommy does not give daddy peace of mind. That's a different situation. And even at that, it is complicated. So, Edochie messed up. And this native doctor said, if you want to live, if you want your life to take form and shape, if you want your life to take form and shape, better do the needful. Do the needful. Arrange yourself. Put yourself right. Rearrange yourself. Repackage yourself. Put your life in shape and in form before it is too late. Go and amend your ways. Some might use the word, go and beg Queen May. It is now beyond go and beg Queen May. It's not like Queen May is the one now disciplining Edochie or making Edochie cry. Like Edochie, oh, May is so powerful. Oh, May is the only one that has God. No. Even those that do not even believe that there is God. God is for, the way God does his things. God does not profile people the way we do. He does his things the way he does because he's all knowing, he's all understanding. So, God for us all. Even bad people, rain falls on them, right? So, this native doctor advised Edochie like, man, if you know that you want to spend the rest of your life, the rest of it, if you want to live, at least if you want to be able to dip your hands into your pocket and eat, if you know that you would like to provide for your children, if you know that you want to come back and even much more better than before, if you know, do the needful. Do the needful. Make haste before it is too late. If you know that you don't want to continue being a shadow of what you are, of what you used to be, or if you don't want to be a shadow of what you used to be, Mister, do the needful. Forget about that fakeness. Oh, I am this, I am that. Others in that industry, they even those that do not even have the leg up that you have. Edochie, he had this leg up. His father was already there. His father had already made wave. All he needed to do is to just climb on the shoulders of his father and see the world even more better than others. Did Edochie do? No. And I'm kind of thinking that all that Edochie understands is that kind of movie that they do in that Asaba. If you watch all of his movies, that's all they do. Very funny movie. All the same recycled kind of movie where there is one godfather, there is one spiritual juju man, priest of the nation, priest of our father's land, the village of our uncle, the golden egg, the search for the golden. No one cares about that anymore. People want stories that are lined, stories that are complex but yet simple, stories that they can connect to. Yeah, that's what people want. The taste have changed too. And now these people are complaining. They say skit makers cost them. What the hell? Are you guys not prepared for competition? Anyway, the thing is that Edochie has been advised by this native doctor. If you want your life to return back to normal, even if it is not completely, if you want a huge chunk of it to come back, you must bow. You must bow. You must bow to that is within. Not within Edochie, because Edochie, what is inside of him now is unbelievable. You must bow to that is superior. And you must bow to the will of God. You must bow. Not some claiming you are the God of You too, you are the spirit of, you are the man with 10 million spirits, demons. You know, that's what Judy Austin, you know, they are going to consult some evil spirit. So the evil spirit said that Yul Edochie moves around with demons. Like, you know, the evil spirit said you move around with our people. So Yul Edochie says a man that goes around with 16, is it 10,000? 10,000 spirits. Yes, they say 10,000 spirit goes around with him. So he feels that he's indestructible. He feels that he's all-knowing. He believes that everything is fine. But we all know that things are not fine. The guy is going through what people should not be going through, at least with his body of work and all that he's supposed to have achieved in that industry. So it's like Yul Edochie is like an upcoming, trying to create a niche. That's what Yul Edochie's life has turned into. That's a big, huge lesson. That if your craft or what you do, if your job has to do with the public, you have to be careful. Do not let pride come into you. Always treat one person. Don't feel like, oh, one lost sheep means nothing. I have 10,000. If you are not careful, I'm not saying you should bow and eat dust. But what I'm saying is that you have to be careful. Yul Edochie wasn't careful. He thought having 3-point-something million followers on social media qualifies him as the biggest influencer. How? He feels that in this life, time, era where people buy social media crowd, like seriously, where people pay to have views, robots, come on man, where people boost viewership, come on man. So I hope Yul Edochie will accept and agree to this, like seriously. I hope Yul Edochie will listen and do the needful. If not, the same that the native doctor said will become of him. The native doctor said you should be very careful because the gate is closing. And once that gate closes, like finally closes, okay now, he said that is the end of it. Once that door closes, and what is this door? You all know the door. That door that opened for him. Once that door closes, finally, end of discussion.